Good evening. Today my topic is about anti-allergic drugs. So in anti-allergic drugs, first of all, we talk about immune system. So immune system play a critical role in protecting our body against pathogens, but sometimes there is an accelerated response. These accelerated responses trigger with the interaction of immune system with an agent, with an antigen, and it's referred to hypersensitivity. So hypersensitivity is basically classified into four types: type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. Type 1 includes reaction mediated by immunoglobulin E antibody, which is allergy. Type 2 is cytotoxic reaction mediated by immunoglobulin G or immunoglobulin M antibody. Example of this type include some form of anemia, blood transfusion reaction, and other platelet disorder. Then type 3 is reaction mediated by immune complexes. Type 3 hypersensitivity is common in systemic lupus, erythematous, and underlies most of the pathophysiological of this chronic autoimmune disease. Then there is type 4, which is delayed reaction mediated by cellular response. So for this type, two common examples of delayed hypersensitivity, which illustrate various consequences of type 4 reaction and the tuberculin type and contact hypersensitivity. Then come to the allergies. Allergies develop when a person's immune system overacts with substances that are usually harmless. These substances provoke immune system to into allergic response known as allergen. So when the person first time exposed to allergen, it usually not experience a reaction, but it often takes a time for the immune system to build a sensitivity to the substance. Then there is a flow chart for how the allergic reaction produced. So first of all is glucosides. Glucosides are also known as white blood cells. Okay, white blood leukocytes have two types. Number one is granulocytes, and the second is agranulocytes. Granulocytes contain T cells, which is neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. And agranulocytes is of two types, which is contain two cells. Number one is monocyte, and then number two is lymphocyte. So monocytes further change into macrophages and produce dendrite cells, and these dendrite cells further produce antigen presenting cells. Okay, and lymphocytes have three cells: natural killer cell, B cell, and T cell. B cell produced from bone marrow, so it's known as B cell, and T cell produced from thymus, so it is known as T cell. Then allergic reaction occurs to bind the antibodies that produce B cell produce antibody, which is immunoglobulin E. It is activated from T cell, and these antibodies come back to the foreign particle substance, and these allergen binds to IgE immunoglobulin, and this including mast cell, or we can say that once the allergen binds to immunoglobulin E, specific type of cell including mast cell. Mast cell release a chemical substance in collaboration with basophil. So basophil and mast cell both produce histamine, and these histamine trigger the symptoms of allergic reaction. Basically, histamine is a nitrogenous compound that also involves in inflammatory reaction. Then comes to the allergic reaction. Allergic reaction occurs when a person's immune system becomes hypersensitive to the certain substance like food, pollen, medication, and other symptoms. Then histamine causes visible symptoms of a localized allergic reaction, including running nose, watery eyes, and histamine also contribute to generalized allergic conditions such as anaphylaxis, a severe, immediate, and often fatal response to exposure to a previous encountered antigen. Then come to the class of anti-allergic drugs, which are of following. Number one is antihistamine, decongestant, corticosteroid, leukotriene receptor antagonistic, anti-leukotrienes, and the last one is immunotherapy. Antihistamine is a allergy symptom further divide into two categories, one first generation, second generation. First generation is also called sedating and the second generation is also called non-sedating. So, first category or first generation, which is also known as older antihistamine or sedating, these drugs, allergy drugs, relieve allergy symptoms but also cause drowsiness and other side effects, including dry mouth. Then come to the second generation, which is also known as a newer antihistamine or non-sedating. Non-sedating, although some users may experience drowsiness even from these. Come to the second one, which is decongestant. These decongestant drugs relieve a stuffy nose by constricting blood vessels, which limit the amount of secretion coming from the inner lining of the nose. Then there is corticosteroid, and then we have leukotriene receptor antagonistic anti-leukotrienes. Leukotriene is one of the chemical group produced by body that accompanies inflammation. Leukotriene also play a major role in symptoms having hay fever and asthma. Then there is immunotherapy. Then come to the corticosteroid. What is corticosteroid? Corticosteroid is that class of a drug which reduce inflammatory response. It also reduce immune system activity because corticosteroid causes swelling, itching, and pain in the body. Corticosteroids have following types of the drug. Number one is budesonide, which is its brand name is Renofort, fluticasone, flonase, memetosone, nesonib, triamcinolone, Mesacode, and then it say that cortisol is which is a major glucocorticoid in human. It has two primary actions. It stimulates gluconeogenesis, breakdown of protein and fat to provide metabolites, and that converted glucose in the liver, and it activates anti-stress and anti-inflammatory pathways. It also has weak mineralocorticoid activity, which is the cortisol. Okay. Then come to the allergen immunotherapy, which is also known as desensitization or hyposensitization, which is a medical treatment for environmental allergies such as insect bite or asthma. Immunotherapy also involves exposing of people to a large amount of allergens in attempt to change immune system response. Then comes to the prescription of antihistamines include azalistine eye drop, Optivo. Its internal dose is 5 ml. Its half-life is 22 hours. Then the second one is azalistine nasal spray, Aspirin, or carbinoxamine sulfate. Both of them has an eternal dose of 5 ml or 4 mg, means 4 milligram. Both have half-life of 10 to 20 hours. Then the fourth one is biscloratadine, Clarinet. Its eternal dose is 5 mg and its half-life is 27 hours. Then the fifth one is hydrozyme Ataris or Bristol. Its eternal dose is 25 mg and its half-life is 20 hours. Then the sixth one is levocetirizine or oral Xyl. Levocetirizine is a third generation, which is non-sedating selective histamine receptor antagonist. Its eternal dose is 5 mg tablet, or if we take like in oral drop form, it's 10 milliliter. Oral solution is 75 milliliter. It has half-life of 6 to 10 hours. Okay. Then we have OTC antihistamine include cetirizine sulfate. Eternal dose is 10 mg tablet. Half-life is 8.3 hours. Then we have chlorpheniramine, chlorpheniramine suppressant. Eternal dose is 4 mg tablet. Parenteral dosage is 20 mg or 1 ml for injection, IV injection. Then we have half-life is 20 hours. Then we have fexofenadine Allerca. Its eternal dose is 120 mg tablet and its half-life is 14.4 hours. Then the next one is loratadine Elevate Claritin. Its eternal dose is 10 mg tablet and its half-life is about 8 to 14 hours. And in the last, we have ketotofen. Its eternal dose is 1 mg tablet and half-life is about 12 hours. Then comes to the corticosteroid. Corticosteroids have following types of the drugs. Number one is budesonide Renofort. Its external dosage is 5 ml, which is in a spray form. Its half-life is 2 to 3 hours. Then we have fluticasone furanate, flonase sentinelist. It is also in a spray form, which is 10 ml, and its half-life is 24 hours. Then the next one is we have mometasone mesonet. It's a 5 mg or 5 ml spray. Its half-life is 5.8 hours. Then we have trimiclone, Nesofort allergy 24 hours. It's a 5 ml spray and it also have half-life of 3.2 days. Then the last we have Celestrodome V on UNG 0.1% or 30 grams. Its eternal dose is 30 grams. It's a cream form and half-life is 36 or 54 hours. Then comes to the decongestant. Decongestant also helps to clear a stuffy nose and sinus congestion. Decongestant includes drugs like Afrin, Diston, Vicsinate, oxymetazoline. Eternal dose is 15 ml, nasal spray. Half-life is 5 to 6 hours. And in the last we have Fliprazine, Sudafed, which is pseudoephedrine. Eternal dose is 1 mg or 1 ml. Aerosol 10 ml. Half-life is 3 to 6 hours. Then we have leukotriene receptor antagonistic anti-leukotriene. In leukotriene we have Zifralicate. Eternal dose is 10 mg or 20 mg tablet. Half-life is 10 hours. And the last we have Montelukast Singular, which has a eternal dose of 10 mg tablet and half-life is 2.7 to 5.5 hours. Okay. Then in the last we have allergy medication side effects. So older histamine, which is sedating, associated with drowsiness, dizziness, constipation, upper stomach blurry vision, and second, we have nasal corticosteroids can also cause nasal dryness, irritation, nosebleed, throat irritation, headache, and nausea. Then we have leukotriene inhibitors. Its side effect is weakness, upper stomach, dizziness. Then there is nasal decongestant. It also causes side effects which are like dizziness, nervousness, fast heartbeat, increased blood pressure, loss of appetite, and sleep problems. Then there is also nasal anticholinergic, which also cause side effects like dry nose, nasal congestion, dry mouth, and irritated throat. And the last we have topical corticosteroids, which also cause side effects like skin allergy, itching, redness, and changes of skin color and thinning of skin. So here is the end of my topic. Thank you for watching this useful video.